apologize.
There's some people I'd like to slap.
Yes, there are some people. There's some people I regret not slapping. I ain't gonna lie. Like, man, I wish I slapped that person.
Slapping.
I regret not slapping. Like, man, I should have slapped the shit out of you. Then then my life would have been slightly better.
Are you sure? I mean, honestly, I'd probably be in jail a few times.
Oh, there's definitely been some jail moments that I avoided.
Wow.
That I'm like, well, Jason. Good thing I didn't do that, so I would be in jail right now.
There ain't nobody you'd like
that
to
right decision.
Go back in time and slap.
I mean, I'm a pretty non-confrontational person.
Whatever.
Now, I haven't
You've
been
never
in a fight
imagined
since middle school.
Slapping someone.
Oh, absolutely have.
Okay then.
I think I even drew pictures of that when I was.
Oh, I definitely drew pictures of me slapping people. That was something I've been did.
Yeah, I created a whole comic. You can see me doing more than slapping someone in a comic book that I wrote. That somebody that I didn't like.
Oh, I think I remember.
I had to censor it because it was pretty graphic.
Oh man! Oh man! I would used to draw veins in my hands of me slapping people.
Man, that is the sound of Donald whiskey.
Stirring some whiskey.
Yes.
Yep, he holds it up. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
So, what are we talking about this time?
Hey, we're talking about Batman, the animated series.
Yes.
30-year anniversary of the premiere? Or
yes. The premiere. It premiered in 92, right?
What was the exact date? Do you know, Donald?
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Well, while you're looking it up, let me introduce myself. My name is Josh, aka Prop Josh, and I am joined by two others, Donald and Jason.
Hello. We up in this thing.
Yes. And like we said, we're going to be talking about Batman, the animated series. Not just Batman, just the animated series.
Specifically and exclusively. to avoid the many things. Anyway, it's hard to not talk about other things, but we will focus on the animated series. We've talked about the Batman movie review. Have we talked about anything else? We talked about Batman and Robin.
We talked about the DC. We talked about the DC universe
stuff.
Which was a lot of Batman.
We haven't spent a lot of time talking about the animated series, and I just realized that it was the 30th anniversary. So I was like, "Oh man, let's talk about that," because it's on HBO Max. That I paid for.
September 5th, 1992, by the way.
September 4th.
5th.
Oh, so this will premiere. This will be airing around the same time. So hey,
this will premiere September 1. So it'll be like, so you can literally listen to this on the actual 30th anniversary.
And that's what I'm doing. Hi, future Josh. You're listening to it right now, aren't you? Who the fuck is Josh and Jason?
Oh my goodness. Wow. So if you're listening to this on the anniversary of the 30th anniversary, hit me up and I will buy you coffee. So if you're listening to this, just hit me up on Instagram and I will give me a Cash App request and I will send you some money to buy coffee if you're listening to this.
Yep, let's do that.
It has to be on that date. So.
Yep, let's see if anybody's actually listening.
So hit me up, SmileyJason_ on Instagram. If you listen to this, I will buy you coffee for today as you listen to this on your commute.
Oh goodness.
But just a cup of coffee, not like a really expensive coffee, just average
50
cent
coffee. 50 cent coffee.
Just a single brew. Nothing fancy, just a whole cold black coffee.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, the coffee that I think Batman would drink would be a solid black dark roast. Doesn't mean think about it. Batman, the animated series, he wouldn't drink anything fluffy. He wouldn't drink a latte. Maybe Bruce.
We're talking about Batman. We're talking about Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
I'm talking about Batman.
Batman drinks water.
1:00 in the morning would drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I think Batman pops pills.
Who knows?
I think he drinks. He's got shots of adrenaline like in his belt, you know. He's got lines of coke that he spreads out.
Oh no!
Go!
Yeah, that'd be a different telling
Oh,
of Batman.
my
I would kind of like to
goodness.
see that. I would
Y'all
love to
didn't
see a
see that
different
episode?
telling.
No.
Yeah, I would love to see a different telling of Batman. You know,
I mean, if
Oh, I'm sure it's out
Batman
there.
could be. I mean, you were doing something a little bit, but you could definitely go dark. Like you can dark. Batman is dark, but you can go real dark with Batman.
oh yeah,
He can
real
definitely
dark,
be
rated R,
he
rated R.
could be a
Batman.
villain. I mean,
There are,
he's-
well, yeah. I know we're focusing on the adventures of, but there are a lot of different
rendition.
takes and renditions and universes and different Earths with Batman in it. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there's one of them out there that does lines of coke.
Sure, there is.
Oh man. So, Josh, what you got this time?
Well, what I have this time, I brought out Batman. I have a Mafex Batman figure.
No, Batman. Is that from the 60s?
No,
What is
that
that?
is.
Wait, let me guess.
That's from the Hush. Oh,
okay.
yeah, it's from the.
You didn't let him guess. You didn't let him guess.
I know. I was telling
Oh
my
my
Hush.
goodness.
That's what I was telling
you were
myself
telling
to
the
hush.
Oh, okay.
I was telling myself
So where's
to
it
hush.
from?
Let me guess. Hush.
Yes, that's it right there. I actually have the Hush figure too. I started to show that one, but not the expensive one. This is my favorite. I have a few Batman figures. This is my favorite one of all.
Okay.
Why is
That's
it
why I
your
want-
favorite?
It's very detailed. Like I said, it's from the Hush series. He even came with the stand he's on right here.
Oh wow.
He comes with different hands you can switch, and you got different batarangs and stuff. And I use this for the stop motion Batman video I'll do. But he just sits. He just stands on my in my living room. I barely touch him because I'm afraid to mess him up. You know.
Yeah.
So I got a second version of him where he's wearing the blue cape. And the cape is all messed up, not messed up, but kind of worn down a little bit.
Mhm.
So
Did you
this
have
one I
any of
hardly
the?
touch.
Did you have any of the animated series figures? Sure, you did.
I do not, but
Did
I
you?
did see one.
At once
Oh,
upon a
did
time.
I? Yeah. When I was a kid, I did.
Yeah. I feel like we blew him up.
Yes,
There were anime series was popular.
Well,
Yeah,
literally,
I had
we
a
wrapped it up
lot.
into.
You blew it.
Literally, we wrapped
Yeah,
Batman
one
up
of the
into
first
fireworks
videos, yep,
and blew
yeah.
him
No,
up. So,
When I was-
yeah.
I'm gonna start calling
When I
you
was 18.
Sid.
We
Yep.
absolutely did that.
Definitely did that.
Strapped
But
him to
before
a
that-
rocket, launched them into space.
Pretty much,
blew 'em
yes, we
up.
did. We definitely did. I haven't had a Batman animated series figure since then.
That's the last time. That was 25, almost 25 years ago.
About 24 years ago.
However old Malik is. So yeah.
He's about to be 24.
Yep.
But I did see a Batman animated series figure at GameStop the other
A
day.
newer
And I was
one?
looking at it. Yeah. I looked at it. I was like, man, this looks good. But I didn't buy it because I don't like them as figures. I like the more comic book accurate versions as figures than the Bruce
I
Timm
see.
design.
The square.
Yeah, the
face
square
type thing.
face and jaw and stuff.
And you said,
know.
Donald, you had a lot of the animated series, like all of the different characters or like different Batman
Just
versions.
different Batman versions. There were a lot. Especially, I think it was when the second film came out, and I got a lot of those too, or had a lot of those.
Yeah.
Every time me and my papaw and went to the store, we'd always come back with an action
The
figure,
New Batman.
and it was
action
another
figure.
version of Batman. I mean,
That's
there
awesome.
were a lot of versions.
I mean,
Was he
Batman
really-
has so many different suits
Was
to
he
go
into
against
Batman
different
and-
stuff.
a lot, or was he into Batman, and was he just kind of like being nice to you,
Who?
your papa?
Oh no, that was just something just buying for his grandkids. That's all.
Yeah,
it was.
okay.
And figures, I guess, compared to now, they were a lot cheaper back then, right? It was like $5 every time
Right,
for a
so
figure.
$20
so-
now.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
So it was like easier. Like, hey, I got you. Here's Batman.
Yep. Here's Batman.
Another Batman figure.
Or anytime I went to the store with my parents, they did the same thing. So we had.
So
a
you
lot.
had a lot of Batman figures.
We had a lot.
So, I said first heard of Batman, but more like first watched the show. Let's talk about that. When the show first premiered. Do you remember actually watching it when it first premiered? I do.
September 4th or 5th?
5th.
1992. I was I 5? Was that the year I turned 5? So
You were already
was
You were-
about to turn
I was
6.
5
turned
years
6.
old.
Yeah, turning
so.
6. I was turning 6 because October 4th. October 14, 1992. Oh, 91.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was 5
Yeah.
then. So it was 92. That's the quote from my 5th birthday where my dad
Yeah.
mistakenly said 92, but it was 91. That's
Yeah.
always throws me off. So if I ever go time travel, I'll be like, what year is it? 1992. Oh, yeah, I'm in 92.
Yeah.
91. I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm in 91.
Yeah. Maybe your
Anyway.
future self was in the video. You
Probably
didn't know
am.
it.
Yeah, I think I am. So anyway, I was going to be 6.
B6,
Yeah, I don't remember. Said all that
All
to
that,
say.
yeah.
Say
I
all that
remember.
to say,
I remember
don't
when it premiered.
remember.
I remember when it premiered. Then I was 12, and it was like, oh wow, this is awesome. You know, because this was a different. This was like, because this is when Batman was shifting. You know, like he was all like we were used to the '60s Batman, and then the the Super Friends and all that crap. And then the Michael Keaton Batman movie came out, and it was darker, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh yeah.
And then this is the first cartoon,
Masterpiece.
right? Exactly. Then this is the first darker cartoon to come
So
out.
this is after the first Batman. I mean, just It's called Batman, right? The movie. So this show is after that. Is it before Batman Returns?
No, it's after Batman Returns because
Oh,
the
so you had
Penguin.
the whole
They designed the Penguin after to look like the Penguin in the movies.
from the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So you had those first 2 dark movies, and then the Batman animated series.
So you were 6, Donald. Did you remember the premiere?
Was I 6 or 5? I don't know. I'm gonna look that up.
5.
How old are you now?
You're
I'm
older-
pretty sure I was
you're-
5.
However old you were. However old
Minus
you
30.
were.
However old you are now, minus 30. That's how we calculate it.
Okay. Oh, 30th anniversary. So you would have been 6 then.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I don't really care about age anymore.
Hey,
You're
that's what
almost-
happens.
You're on the other side. We're middle aged.
Yes. I don't know if I can't remember if I actually watched it when it debuted, since I was so young, but I do remember watching it at that age.
Yeah.
So it was on Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
They actually premiered it at night.
Really?
Yeah, the first episode was it was with the Man Bat, and they premiered it during prime time. I remember that.
Really?
Yes.
See, he knows better because he's older and wiser.
Wiser.
He was at an older age. How old were you in that time?
12.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was 12.
So that's a lot
Subtract-
more
so
fresh.
if you're
for you.
listening, whoever's listening, if you want to know how old you were during the premiere of Batman, just
Just take
subtract
away 30.
30 years. Maybe you aren't
So if
30.
you're 30 on the spot. 30 on the dot.
Maybe your birthday is the same exact day as the premiere of Batman. If you're that, hit me up. I'll buy you coffee.
If your birthday is
Oh my
September
God.
5th, 1992, I will buy you a Batman figure.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Let's see that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Buying a
Anyway.
Batman figure ain't nothing. Batman figures are like everywhere. You can buy Batman anywhere. So I didn't say which one.
All right.
Anyway,
Can we narrow it down?
Nobody's gonna send you a message.
I know, of course not.
But happy 30th birthday, person.
There's a lot of fans out there, so
Random.
Happy
person.
birthday, Batman.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Wow.
So yeah, the show premiered on Fox Kids every day. I was loving it. For me, I was like, that was my favorite show at that time. It was like it because the only superhero thing before that I was watching was Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck was just the year before.
Oh, it came out before that.
Yeah,
that was
Darkwing Duck's in
practically
91.
Batman too.
He
So
was.
Yeah, exactly. He was pre-Batman before Batman.
Yeah.
And then Darkwing Duck was fun, and then then suddenly Batman comes out. It's like, oh, this is it. This was was it before X-Men? I think it was before X-Men. Yeah, it was before X-Men. So this show was
around the same
groundbreaking.
time, maybe.
Yeah, X-Men didn't come out in 92, but Batman premiered first. And X-Men only came out like once a week while Batman played 5 days a week.
It played every day.
Yeah, I remember that because I would come home from school and look forward to it.
Wow.
Dude, they're a month apart.
Okay.
Wow.
A month apart.
So
And
wait,
it
when
was same network, of course. Saturday morning.
X-Men
Yeah.
came out in October.
October 31st, 92.
We got to do a 30th anniversary for X-Men animated series then.
Goodness. I guess so.
We got to,
Batman-
man.
That's a
But
really
Batman was
pretty
Batman was
big.
groundbreaking.
Exactly.
That was
We gotta do that.
that was the first serious animated show, animated superhero show.
Mm.
Think about it. Like it definitely broke ground for all the other stuff. Like we were talking about Spider-Man the last episode, and Spider-Man came out later, like 2 years later.
Yeah,
And
it definitely set a standard and for what animation can do. I think that the
That was
seriousness,
beautiful animation.
I mean, there's a lot of you got the music is amazing. You got the animation's gorgeous, and the cinematography of the animation. Like it could have been live action, like the way it was set up and everything. Like
yeah,
the
and they
shots,
treated it.
the light and the dark.
They
It's just
treated
really
it like
beautiful.
it was an adult show. It felt
If it
like
came
it was an
out,
adult show.
if Batman the animated series came out this time, it would be for adults. Like it wouldn't even try to do like Fox Kids, like the same
right.
the same thing. Same storyline, the same everything. It would just be an adult show.
If you don't
Right.
mind, can we watch the intro real quick?
Oh yeah, sure. You gonna share the screen?
Right. Yeah, I'll share.
We'll comment while we
Get you in the mood.
Do
because it starts off with that
Saying,
WB sign, and then you see the lights.
Yeah.
I know it. Yes, I know it.
There it
You
is.
see, yeah.
Can you hear it?
No.
Nope. Then you see the lights. Yeah, we don't hear it.
Let's
We don't
see.
hear it.
Do you have shared audio?
Let me stop this for a second. How do I stop it? I go down here. Should ask you, right? Here we go. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Wah, wah, wah,
Yeah, shut
wah.
All right, we'll try that again.
You've killed my parents.
That's the lyrics for. Did you not know that they were originally they had the lyrics for the Batman animated Steel King?
Anyway, still don't hear it.
Really?
Yeah. Did you hear it, Jason?
No, I don't. Let me see. Let me see if it do on my end.
That's weird.
You've killed my parents. Because what I like about the music is it's the same as the movie. It's like we ain't gonna change the movie music. We'll keep it.
Did you see me? I mean, trying to find a link.
Oh, Humania. Oh, yeah, that. Okay.
I got it. Let me share. I'm doing a marker so I can.
I was going to say, that music is just epic and beautiful.
Oh yeah,
for that intro.
It's on my playlist. I still listen to that music.
The lightning in the background and all. I mean, just amazing. I want that Batmobile. I'm trying to get that one. I got one from the movie. I want to get that one. That's probably one of the best.
Oh yeah,
Can
that's
y'all hear
a
it?
collectible.
Yep,
Yeah,
hear
I
it.
hear it. Very stylized. You don't know what year it is.
That's the whole show too.
Dark eyes.
I know.
So the question is, did these
Yeah.
guys even go inside the bank, or were they just random people walking past,
I know, right? That's what people make fun of. They're just walking by and try to get away.
minding their own business? Batman
Yeah.
drives. He don't know what they're doing. They just running from the
Yeah, they're
cops.
just running.
And then you got
It's like trying to get away.
They just trying to get away. Oh,
Dun,
Batman
dun,
comes.
dun.
Did you
Oh.
steal
Those,
stuff?
those colors, though, man.
No, we didn't. Why are you trying to kill us? You robbed the bank. We're just
Yeah.
trying to defend ourselves. It's like, stop, heathen.
What tripped me out is they actually have guns because some
ain't got
cartoons
some.
didn't show guns. Yeah, well, some cartoons didn't show guns. You
Oh,
know?
okay.
That is perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's epic. That's
Yeah.
epic.
So simple, but
No
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
right, yeah. And that was our introduction. Like, oh, this is gonna be awesome.
Yep. So yeah, that's definitely one of the best intros. Very simple, and they never changed it, right? It was the same intro for all seasons.
I
No,
want to say it
they
wasn't?
did change it.
Oh, they
They changed
extended it,
They
right?
changed. They
They didn't completely
it
change
changed. What happened was they changed it to call the show changed the name to The Adventures of Batman and Robin. And when they did that, they got rid of that intro, and it was just showing
Really?
clips. Yes, you can look at it through HBO Max halfway through season 2. It changes the
The
intro.
Adventures of Batman and Robin is what the
Yes,
name of it.
it changes to The Adventures of Batman and Robin, and it just shows clips of the show, so they can include Robin. And then by the time you get to the 3rd season, they just changed the animation and it changed a lot of stuff. So it's basically the first.
I thought they just extended it though. Right? It wasn't like a complete workup of the intro. It was just they added to it.
I mean, they added to it. The music was a little different. It's yeah.
Oh, let's look
you
it
got to
up.
hear it. It's different. It's definitely different. Because
You wanna look it up,
I
Jason,
skipped the
or-
intro now because I watched an episode yesterday and I skipped the intro. I don't skip the intro when it's that intro that we just watched, but the newer one I skip because I'm just like, well.
Wow.
So so we're saying that the let's make this right. Batman animated series only lasted for 2 seasons, and then they
Changed it to The Adventures of Batman and Robin.
But they didn't change it. I guess did they just cancel the animated series?
Oops, sorry.
No, it was just it was the
Started
same.
it?
It was still canon. It was still the same
Sure,
show.
yeah.
It was just that, yeah.
They added Robin and decided to.
Yeah, Robin had a bigger role.
This what you talking about?
Yes. This
yeah.
became the intro in the middle of season 2.
Yeah, I don't even remember this.
Exactly.
All right, so there you go. They did add to it. They definitely changed the sound.
See, it's like clips from the show.
I see. It's not as dark.
Right.
Oh, it
Still
is like
awesome.
direct clips from the show.
Yep.
I mean, it's clips from the show. It's like it's hard to not.
And basically got a new name, all that stuff. Add Robin because the kids, even all Robin did was get beat up. That's what Andy said when we was watching it yesterday. She was like, "What's the
Wow.
point of Robin? He just gets in the way to get beat up."
Wow.
I said,
Oh my
"Robin's for the
goodness.
kids." He's
Wow. Okay.
Robin was added to the show just like he was added in real life to the comic, like to lighten things up a little bit.
Is that what it
Fine
was?
with that.
That's why he was added, huh?
Yeah, even though he was in the first season, he just wasn't there as much.
Yeah, that's the thing about I was watching random episodes and I realized there's a lot like the show is standalone. Like every episode is standalone pretty much. There's a couple of 2-parters. But there aren't really and there might be like a little bit of origin of like, okay, maybe this person's brought back, like the villain may be brought back.
Yeah,
But still, even those are standalone. So it's like
yeah,
you don't need
They're all still. Yeah,
you don't need the first appearance. So even like with Robin, the first appearance of Robin in the show is just Robin there. But then there's later on an origin story. So it's kind of like
you go back.
I was thinking like, when did Robin? How long was Robin there?
So basically, because Robin's in college,
He's been there the whole time.
He's
That's
in college
it.
during this show, and he shows up. He shows up when he's a kid, like he's like 12 or something. When he shows up with Batman, so which means he's been there for a while.
He's been there the whole time.
Which means that Batman has been Batman for a while in the show. When we are introduced to seeing Batman in the show, he's been Batman for like, I want to say about good 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, at least
at that
10
point,
years almost.
You know,
Yeah.
He's well
like,
into
so
it.
he that's why he's real professional at that point, and he's older. He's not a young guy. He's not in his 20s or nothing like that. He's definitely in his 30s at that point, I think, in the show. So, which I like. I like because I like stuff like that where it's like he's been there for a while. We don't have to see him like, oh, this is the first time he gets the Batmobile. Oh, this is the first time he put on the cape.
That's one thing also about the show too that's really cool because it's like because they're all standalone. The first episode is not about Batman's origin. Like it's nothing to do with Batman's origin, really.
Right.
It's just Batman doing stuff.
We
You don't always have to see the origin.
We don't get a Batman origin until Mask of the Phantasm, which is a movie that came out after the show.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is also a great movie, by the way.
I need to rewatch that.
It's one of the best animated films there, but of Batman.
Yeah, exactly. So, speaking of these standalone episodes, let's talk about these episodes, these stories and stuff. I thought it did a good job of showing the villains. That was my first time getting to know some of the bad guys of Batman. So like with Spider-Man, I knew some of the villains already, but with Batman, the only villains I really knew about before the show was Joker, Catwoman, Penguin, and Riddler.
They were all in the movie.
Right. Well, Riddler wasn't in the movie yet, but Riddler because of the old Batman show.
Oh, okay.
I knew about Riddler because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But they basically, and those are the ones who get the origin. You know, they don't get origins. Joker, Penguin, and Catwoman don't get origins
in the animated series.
In the animated series,
yeah, they're just there.
They're just already there because probably because they assume you saw the movie, and the movie is very similar to the show.
You feel like it's the same universe?
Slightly different universe. I think it's like a parallel universe.
But they have some of the same types of origins almost.
Yeah, because for example, Joker's character, his name is Jack Napier in the movie and in the show. And that's the only time his name is that. Because usually Joker doesn't have a name. So that's why I say it's like a
version too, right?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
His movie.
Yeah, that's why they call him Jack Napier or whatever. That's his real name. So
do you think they just tried to make Jack Nicholson's name it's a Joker?
That's what I thought at first when I first watched the movie, because they called him Jack, and I said they're just gonna call him Jack because of Jack Nicholson. That's
well,
I really
mean,
thought that
the movie came out first, so
yeah, so it's
exactly.
possible. That's
what I thought.
Is there an origin? I mean, like before that, Donald, DC expert?
No, hell no.
Is there a Joker before then? Does Joker have?
I don't think the Joker never got a name tagged with him, and I still don't think he has a name tagged with him.
Yeah, he doesn't. But
there's different versions,
and they didn't show an origin for Joker in the show. But they just kind of mentioned it, kind of thing, like he fell to the vat of acid and all that stuff. Like that's what his thing is, and Penguin was just born that way and stuff like that. And I think they kind of hint at Catwoman getting started as Catwoman, but it's not the same as the movie where she has 9 lives. You know, but we do see origins of the Batman Returns when she has 9 lives.
No, well, okay. Yeah, well,
but we do get an origin of the Riddler, of Two-Face.
Yeah, Two-Face origins.
Poison Ivy.
I feel like that's a good one.
Scarecrow. Yeah, Two-Face was probably one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, you had Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, Two-Face, Mad Hatter, origins, and Mr. Freeze, Clayface. So they all had origins.
I felt sorry for Clayface. I think that was sad.
That was one of those.
Right
the way that Clayface ended, like I remember that epic fight scene where they're fighting back and forth.
That's one thing about the Batman villains. They're pretty tragic. Yeah.
Show the pictures of his face on the screens, and they're fighting back and forth, and he's all going back and forth in his face.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Melting.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my goodness. This is not for children.
I think that's the only villain I felt sorry for. Well, him and Mr. Freeze. I felt more sorry for
Mr. Freeze. They gave him this origin story in this show. The whole thing with his wife and stuff, they came up with this in that show. I found out.
There wasn't nothing before? Like,
I guess
what was
not.
Mr. Freeze's origin before then?
I don't know. I have to look it up. But this show broke so much ground that they gave Mr. Freeze an origin story from this TV show about his wife and stuff.
I remember I rewatched a little bit of that because like they had like film footage. Like Batman goes to the place where he's at, like his lab or whatever, and he's watching this like found footage.
Yeah.
And he sees like Victor. What's his last name?
Freeze. His
Victor
name was
Freeze.
His name is Victor Freeze. Okay,
it just spelled it different. Victor Von Doom.
No. So
sometimes you just can't help it.
Yep. His name.
My name is John Explosion.
John Explosion.
Freeze is spelled F.
No,
you're gonna okay.
No, is it for real? Is it really spelled?
It's pronounced Freeze, spelled Fries.
Yeah, Fries.
That's his actual
for real
name.
Don't lie.
Victor Freeze with Fries. Anyway, so he's looking at the video. He sees Victor like, talking to the camera, like, man, we're testing. My wife is frozen, and we're gonna, she's gonna be able to be healed one day, and we're doing all this stuff. And then the owner of the building comes in, and he's like, man, what you doing? Like we shut this thing down. I didn't lost $3 million with you. It's like, well, my wife, I'm trying to do this. And then like he ends up grabbing a gun. Victor does, and it's like, I can't, you guys can't do this. And then like the owner of the dude's like, okay, I'm sorry. And just put the gun down. We're sorry. And so he puts the gun down, and then this dude kicks him, and he falls into the acid. And then like, we gotta leave. It's always acid. And he was frozen, and then he walks in, and he sounds so cool. Like Mr. Freeze in this show sounds so cool. Like his voice,
he
sounds cold.
It's Mr. Freeze.
Yep,
and he is very cold. No pun intended.
Where's the drum here?
When I rewatched the episode as an adult, I was like, I don't blame Mr. Freeze, because he goes after the guy that almost kills the dude's wife, and it's like, yeah.
I mean, seriously, like, and the thing is, like, Batman felt sorry for him. Batman had some compassion for this dude.
Yeah, he tried to help him out.
Yeah. So it's like he didn't want this dude was having problems. Like he has his wife. Like it was like he was just trying to help. It wasn't his fault. He didn't try to do any of this stuff. And at the end of the day, he wasn't even like he was just trying to get revenge. That's what Batman be doing all the time. So I'm like, what's the difference?
Exactly. What is the difference?
The
what
difference
is
more
when
careless
Batman
way.
and those people?
You say more careless?
Yeah, he's just more careless about it.
Yeah,
he just wasn't.
Yeah, he's freezing people and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it would kill
freezing people.
So that was the thing. So I mean, not like saying that Batman never killed nobody, but
Well, in the show, they try to say Batman never killed anybody.
He never killed anybody with a gun.
If they happen to fall,
he doesn't.
That makes a difference.
Right. If they happen to fall, Batman.
She made that to a meme. Batman.
He just happened to fall. Oh my goodness! You seen the meme with Batman's thumbs up? Animated series thumbs up.
Yeah.
Do you remember where the episode is from?
That's from when the Joker kidnaps the mayor's son.
And he was thumbs up in the sun when he got back.
Yeah, he's doing something. The son. The son, after he rescued the son. I only know this because I saw it recently. That's why.
Okay, that's hilarious.
One of my favorite episodes in Tragic Stories was Two-Face, and that was one of the few two-parters.
Two-parters, yeah.
Yeah, I love that Two-Face.
Recap it a little bit just for those that hadn't watched it.
He was Harvey Dent, and they introduced Harvey Dent in the Poison Ivy episode. He was dating Poison Ivy, and she tried to kill him. So that was your first introduction to Harvey Dent.
He's just a regular person, like a lawyer type person.
Yeah, he was a lawyer, district attorney, and he was best friends with Bruce Wayne, which, when you see Bruce Wayne, he's not friends with anybody. This is one of the very few friends he have. And then you see that he's struggling with mental disorder, because a lot of these villains have mental disorders. Watching this as an adult, I was like, oh wow, you see a lot of right. That's why certain people are in Arkham. Yeah. Side note, there's certain villains who don't appear in Arkham. Penguin never goes to Arkham because he's not crazy.
He don't have a mental disorder.
Catwoman doesn't go to Arkham because she's not crazy. So a lot of the other.
Can you say crazy?
Okay, why can't you say crazy?
You don't want to get canceled.
Just because you have a mental disorder doesn't make you crazy.
Oh my goodness. You could say crazy. Whatever.
Villains, you can absolutely call villains crazy. So there you go.
Right.
Say that out.
Well,
let's not give villains an excuse though.
Right? A lot of them go to Arkham because they have mental disorders, I guess. So Harvey Dent has a mental disorder because he has multiple personality disorder. Mm-hmm. That's his thing. Yeah. Like for real. And so it kind of comes out, like I thought as a kid that when the stuff blew up on him, that's how he became Two-Face, when in actuality
he was already like that.
Right. He was like that beforehand. He was struggling to because it was like his bad side will come out. And anytime he loses his temper kind of thing, his other personality will come
This just
out.
Made it worse.
His face made it just like freedom
like,
to do it.
The
Right, like, screw it.
traumatization, just the trauma from
Basically-
look, I think it made it more lean towards the evil side more. Like
basically,
more
when he
angry
got his
side.
face half blown off, it was basically fuck it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a good way of explaining it.
That's
Yeah.
the perfect way to explain it. There it is.
That's what it was.
like,
Fuck
what's
it.
Got
the
nothing to
worst
lose.
Yeah,
And
there
he
it
just straight up
is.
became a gangster, like just straight up.
Which, I mean, it makes sense that him being a district attorney, he would know exactly how to play the game.
Yeah, that's what made Two-Face dangerous because he's still smart. He know,
he know the game because he's a district attorney, so he know the players, he know how they get all the stuff because he's researched all that stuff, so he can play the other side easy. So yeah, that was dope.
Yeah,
That's a
but
good.
it's such a tragic tale because it's Bruce Wayne's best friend.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's like that's his only friend, one of his only friends. They like you saw them hanging out in earlier episodes, and now he's a villain. He's one of his biggest villains. And he's got to deal with that. It's the only time you see Batman kind of get worried like that.
They show tragedy. So I mean, Batman's story is tragic, but they show, like, we talked about the origin of like Dick Grayson and just the tension of him losing his parents, like and even when they go back and show him as a kid, and Batman's like, or Bruce Wayne is like, hey, like, I know how that feels. And then I remember there was a part where Dick was like, well, when does the pain stop? And then Bruce Wayne says, I can't tell you that. It's like losing a parent suck. And that's what it was. Like, that's how it was. It was like, oh my goodness, this is a kid's show. So yeah. That's his face. Two-Face.
Yep.
The pain.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Do you have any episodes that you kind of like remember vividly, Donald?
Well, I kind of get them mixed up with the Batman and Robin animated series. So I think
the same show.
I mean, yeah, it's the same show.
Yeah, I mean, Vivid Memories. Like again, they all get mixed up. I remember Clayface and melting all the TV screens. That's why I felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
I remember the origin of Robin when his entire family fell from the ropes when they were swinging. They were acrobats in the circus. Yeah.
I recently rewatched an episode because there was a couple of moments, things that I remember when I was a kid. Like, one was when Bruce Wayne it was like he forgot who he was, and he was like in this prison.
Yeah, he was going undercover.
Yeah, and
he was going undercover. Then he forgot. Yeah, he got amnesia. His hair was dyed and stuff. So
I remember that now.
Yeah.
I do remember that now.
And then another memory that I like. This is from just remembering when he had the dream, and I think that was he was.
I remember that one.
He was dreaming.
Scarecrow was messing with him with that.
Was it Scarecrow?
I think it was
Mad Hatter.
I think it was Mad Hatter, actually.
It may have been Mad
Hatter.
Yeah,
it was the Mad Hatter. I remember because I actually rewatched the episode again. So it was the Mad Hatter.
Oh, okay.
And so, but I remember because, like, this is the things that I remember about it. When I first watched it, like, him, like, dreaming world where he could create a fantasy of his parents are alive. So he's like, oh man, like, this is like, I would love to be. He's getting married to
somebody else's Batman.
Somebody else's Batman, right? So he's like, they're still doing that, and he can be there and present, but he was like, this is not real. And the thing that he remembered, the thing that made him realize it wasn't real, was when he pulled out a newspaper and he couldn't read it.
Exactly. I remember that too.
And so I thought, so he said, wait a minute, you can't read in dreams. I must be dreaming. And so I was like, I always thought that you couldn't read in dreams because of that.
I thought that too.
But I can absolutely read in dreams. But I grew up thinking, maybe I can't read in dreams because
I thought that too.
Because I can't, but that's not true.
I thought that episode was like, man, Mad Hatter, the one thing you couldn't do is get him to read in a dream, because it's like, you can't live in a world where you can't read nothing.
Yeah,
like you almost had him. Because
he was willing. I think he was willing to stay because he was like, he getting married. He got his family, everybody's good. He's being a good Bruce Wayne, running the company, just, able to survive without having to worry about. And the thing is, he said, there was a moment where he says, the nightmare is over. Like he says that in that, like when he was in the dream sequence,
it's like
and
he
they
knew he was in a
realized
dream or something.
that like there was another Batman, and he was talking to the therapist, and the therapist was like, "You just recreated this persona." You know, it's like, well, my parents. It's like, well, your parents are here. You just recreated this persona because you've been dealing with some trauma. He's like, the nightmare is over, and so then that's when he was all happy and everything, and then he was getting ready to read the newspaper. And it just shut down from there.
Didn't he explain that at the end of the episode? Didn't he? I thought he said something.
Yeah, he did. He told Mad Hatter, "Is like I couldn't. It's because you can't read in dreams or something like that."
No, I thought
like you almost had me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You explain like that. Explain what were you trying to say, Donald?
No. I just thought it was in a different way. I thought it was. I thought he had explained it in a different way why it didn't work. But
okay.
Yeah, he just said
because the Mad Hatter was surprised that he was like, "This is like I created a world that you could be," and I think it was like more like he needed to be Batman. That's the thing. Like it was like he fought Batman in the thing, in the dream, but he's like, this wasn't real because I know I'm Batman. So it's like, but Mad Hatter didn't know.
Yeah, because he unmasked Batman, and it was Mad Hatter. I remember.
Yeah, so he didn't know because he couldn't see what it was in his. He couldn't see in the dream.
Yeah.
So even Mad Hatter didn't know that Bruce Wayne was Batman. He just had Batman in the thing. And he's like, I created the whole world for you. He's like, look, this wasn't real because it was too fake. It's like the dream, I think that's what it was. That's what you're talking about, Donald. It's like, this was a fantasy. That's kind of what he was saying, But there was one episode I want to talk about really quickly because I was like, I rewatched it, and I think it was almost for the first time just a couple days ago.
Okay.
And it was like, this is Batman's brilliance. So it's called The Cape and the Cowl. You remember the episode?
I remember it. Yeah.
So like, basically what happened was there was this guy that was trying to, like this gangster that was like, hey, I want to get Batman's cape and cowl. And so, he hired this, random thug to like, get Batman's cape and cowl. So like, he was after Batman. So this guy's, was hired by this other guy to go pick, get Batman's cape thing. And so he tries this one thing and it doesn't, it doesn't work. Batman escapes, and then he tries it again and he's like, trap him in this spot. He's like, real, creative with it. And Batman's trying to figure out a way to get out. And, it's really a real intense, moment. And finally he's like, just hand over your cape and how, let you go. And basically he ends up getting the cape. He brings it to the guy. The guy's in the office. He's like, you got it? He's like, yeah, I went through it. Now we can talk about, what's next. And then as he goes back and forth with the guy, he's talking, giving the guy that hired him to catch the cape and cowl, and it's Batman. Batman stands up. He's like, yeah, I got you. So he comes up like, wait a minute. So the whole time Batman hired someone else to get the cape from himself so that he can get this guy in a creative way. I was like, this is Detective Batman right here. Right, he used this whole facility for this other person. I'm like, this is really good. So
the clue was Batman has something underneath his cowl. When he takes off his cape and cowl, he
already had a mask.
He still had a mask underneath.
So he already knew.
He was prepared.
Yeah, so he knew it. So that's why I was thinking, yeah, that was a good clue. So
an episode I wanted to highlight, I think it's called Joker's Favor. That to me is one of the top episodes. I talk about this episode to this day, and it's one of the best episodes because it introduces a character who becomes a mainstream character, Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Harley Quinn gets introduced in that episode.
So what's the episode about?
It's about this guy is on the road, on the highway, and someone cuts him off, and he cusses out who this person cuts him off, and it was the Joker. He cusses out the Joker.
The worst person you can do that to.
The Joker tailgates his ass, follows him, and then he pulls over. Joker gets him, and he's like, he gets his information on him. Yep, because of the Joker. That's when he realized he cussed out the Joker. Oh shit! And it's called Joker's Favor, and So Joker is going to blow up. Oh, yeah, I love that part. So Joker leaves him alone for years. The guy leaves Gotham, changes his name, moves to like Ohio. And then Joker's like, want to do something to Commissioner Gordon. Commissioner Gordon got like a celebration coming up, and Joker's like, "Hey, let's get that guy." And Joker finds him, and the guy's like, "No, how'd you find me?" He's like, "I'm the Joker. Come on, man." And so the guy just had to open the door for them. That's all the guy is supposed to do. Like they're supposed to bring in a cake or something, and they somehow release this gas that paralyzes all the police because all the police are there. And Harley Quinn's the one that comes in. Like that's her introduction. She's like normal because I remember, because like she's the one that brings in the cake or whatever, brings in something and releases the gas. So that was the first time you see her, which is pretty cool. And that's just a great episode because, of course, Batman saves the day and all that stuff. And then the guy gets back at Joker because he's about to blow him up. That's what that little screen clip you showed. And the Joker's actually pretty funny in there because, like, Joker's like, he don't care about the dude. He's like, man, get away from me because after all the chaos has happened. And then the guy's like, no, he has the bomb in front of him. And Joker's like, hey, you don't want to do anything crazy. What, he said something like that. He said something like, we can always find Batman.
That's what the guy says.
That's what Joker says.
Oh, Joker says that.
Joker cries out for Batman.
That's hilarious. So Joker asking Batman to save him.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what it was. He said, I know what he says. He said, he's like, well, you've been through a lot of stress, all this craziness with Batman.
Wow. Man, Joker and Batman relationship is hilarious. That is awesome. That's great.
I mean, we got to give it up for Mark Hamill as the voice of the Joker.
Yeah, there's not, you can say it, man. Like, that's probably the best Joker that we got.
Yes. Yes. I can say it.
I don't know if there's. I don't even know if there's a debate about it. It's just like it's really
Mark Hamill is
Mark
the
Hamill
best
as the Joker is
Joker. Like that's what you think of when you think of the Joker. You think of Mark Hamill doing the voice.
You want to debate? You got to debate.
Wait, are we strictly talking about animated series here?
Yeah, we're talking about animation.
Animation. Okay, yeah, all right.
Animation. Yeah, because I know people go in a different way with live action.
There's a debate. There is definitely a debate when it comes to live action, but like creating the character, I feel like anybody else that became the Joker after looked at this as a standard.
Oh yeah. So they imitate. They try to imitate Mark Hamill
because he's different. He's different than Jack Nicholson's Joker. Jack Nicholson's Joker was before this, and it was what it is. Like it's interesting, but like the
still
Joker
crazy.
animated, it's all crazy. It's all crazy. Yeah. But I think that any live action actors after the animated series, I feel like they have a lot of that in their. Of course, they have to watch it to prepare because I'm like, this is like epic. So I feel like he created, the Joker's power in that sense. Yeah. So that's why I say it's not a debate about that. But I feel like as far as live action. You can debate about the best.
Yeah, but as far as voices, that's why Mark Hamill to this day, they'll still get Mark Hamill.
Yeah, there's not another voice that could do what he could do for the Joker.
While we're on the subject of voices,
I think
Kevin Conroy.
All of us have met and talked.
I shook his hand.
I shook his hand.
I did too. Yeah, I had a conversation with him.
What a great guy. Honest,
Kevin Conroy is one of the best celebrities I've ever met in my life.
Amazing person.
Honest person, good person.
I remember. So he was in Jackson this summer. I wanted to work his table. I didn't beg. I should have been more avid and say,
begged.
"Let me work Kevin Conroy." Like I should have just said that.
Should have,
but I didn't. So next time.
Punk.
So I'm working across from him. I put the tape on the floor for where he was going to be standing in line, and I was working it. But like I heard him walk in, and the moment that he walked in, from a distance, he says, "I am Batman," and
that's what he does. He does it
just
every
applauded. Everybody's like, "Oh my goodness!" I guess he's here.
Every con.
We're all like, "Yes, you are."
Yes. He is Batman.
Man,
nobody else could do. Man, everyone imitates him.
That's the voice that they get.
Yeah. That's the Batman voice. He's
the
the
whisper,
Batman voice.
The darkness. Like they kind of get his. They try to, and it's his voice. Like the thing is, he's making a voice. Like it's not just how he sounds normal. He created Batman's voice from voice acting.
Yeah, because when he talks normal, that's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
When you just hear him talk, that's Bruce Wayne. And then the Batman voice is different from Bruce Wayne.
It's the Batman voice that he does.
Yeah,
He's doing a voice.
And he doesn't have to do it all groggly or nothing. He just he just makes his voice a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. It works so well.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy, hands down, that's one of the best voice actors. Period.
He's Batman.
I mean, think about
the point
30
where
years.
I look for his voice. Anytime I hear a new Batman animated thing come out, something, I'm like, I listen or I look for his voice, see if his name in the credits or something. Like, it's got to be Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like if it's Batman unless it's Kevin Conroy.
Well, you're going to be very disappointed if you ever watch, was it Super Pets?
I watched Super Pets. I wasn't disappointed.
You watched?
I just mean like. Yeah,
I'm saying in the voice. I'm not saying the movie.
Oh, I'm not disappointed in the voice. That was Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
that was
I know.
Keanu. I love that voice.
I just remember. I remember an interview.
Voice, though.
I think.
I think you did tell me about this.
That's what. I was like, what? No, what? The Rock said that Keanu Reeves is Batman when you hear the voice, and it's just like, what? No, I took problem with that because I haven't seen the movie yet. But Kevin Conroy is the voice. I'm sorry,
you can't say
and no other.
Keanu Reeves was doing more of a comedic Batman,
and you could say he did a good job as playing.
Yeah, he did
a
great.
Funny
Sure,
Batman.
yes,
but you can't say that he's Batman.
The
Batman.
Batman. Kevin Conroy is Batman.
He is
if you need a serious
Batman
voice, yes, it's Kevin Conroy, 100%.
Which was really cool.
I wonder how he felt when he heard that somebody else is going to be doing the Batman voice in a different film.
Oh, tomorrow Kevin Conroy?
Yeah.
I think he's usually cool with it because he knows other people play Batman. Because lots of people have played Batman after him,
Yeah.
And he's usually cool with it.
Yeah.
Because he's such a good guy. I remember asking him at a con, which one's your favorite Batman costume? Because, so many people in Batman costumes, and I just asked him, so I'm just curious, which one you like the best? He said, all of them. That's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah. We love you, Kevin Conroy. If you're listening to this.
If you're listening to this.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, that's exactly what he would say. Yep. Yeah, we did get a cameo from him to do a voice for.
I gotta talk about this. This is one of my favorite moments in life.
In life,
all right, yes, because I grew up watching this show, and I was like, a dream came true with him doing a voice. Like he's doing a cameo. He's just,
I might add that clip at the end of this.
That'd be great. Video. Yes, you should. He does a cameo, and I take his voice and I animated him doing the voice, and I animated his Batman in that style. And it's a quick little thing for a YouTube video, but it was so cool to do that because I was like, man, I'm like animating the actual Batman. It really felt like that. So it felt like I actually had the guest star Batman in my YouTube video. It was really cool.
What a geek out moment that was.
It was absolutely a geek out moment. Absolutely geek out. So that's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, made my day. Or
you said one of the top major life.
It's my life. Yeah.
Now I can retire from animation.
Josh, this is Batman calling from Wayne Manor. Your brother Jason wanted me to send you a shout out to congratulate you on your web series Blue and Gold. Batman in your face. So this is just for you, Josh. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. And remember, it's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you. Okay, this is Kevin. Congratulations on Blue and Gold and your YouTube channel, Pop Josh Parodies. You've been a busy guy. The fun thing for me about doing this role is this interaction I get to have with the audience because the Batman fans are incredible. They're so passionate about the character. And there's this amazing sense of intimacy that people have with Batman that they don't have with other superheroes. And I think it has to do with the fact that of all the superheroes, he's the only one who's actually not a superhero. He doesn't have any powers. He can't fly. He can't see through walls. He's a man. He's a human being. He's a flawed human being. He's been damaged by life. But you know something? We're all flawed. And it makes him that much more accessible, more relatable for us, that he's just like us. He's more like a detective. They call him the great detective. But since he has no superpower, all he has is his physical strength and his intellect to serve him on his mission. And his mission is to leave the world a better place. It's such a noble cause. That's what we love about him. And we also love his tenacity. He never gives up. No matter what life throws at him, he keeps coming back for more. Those are qualities we can all aspire to. You don't have to be a superhero to want to give to your family, your friends, your community, to leave the world a better place. You don't have to have superpowers to be tenacious in your goals in life. All you have to do is care enough to try. The way you've been so tenacious in creating Blue and Gold and doing your Pop Josh parodies. I mean, come on. That takes a lot of tenacity. You know, life is difficult for everybody. Everybody gets challenged by life. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone stumbles. Everyone has disappointments. It's a beautiful journey, but it's a difficult journey. And when you face those challenges, you realize really quickly what's important. And it isn't the material stuff, because that stuff can disappear in a heartbeat. It's the people in your life. It's the love in your life. It's the people whose lives you've touched. It's a brother like Jason, who obviously loves you and is so proud of you and wants to support you in this endeavor. You're so lucky to have a relationship with your brother like that. That is such a blessing. So keep giving, Josh. Keep living that Batman spirit. Contribute to the world. Make the world a better place. The world needs you. And it needs Jason, and it needs me. It needs all of us to give the best we can. And remember, Josh, Batman believes in you. And Batman in your face. Jason wanted me to say that. Good luck.
So we talked about, okay. So we already talked about favorite, wait, you still want to talk about favorite moments?
Anybody,
Or we already kind of did already?
Bit about, I mentioned some episodes. I don't know if anybody else had any other ones throughout the show.
As far as other moments, because I did mention mine. Well, I guess that's all I had really, because I had the Two-Face thing and the Joker's favor. But I do want to talk a little bit about Harley Quinn, because she was birthed from this show.
She wasn't.
You know? She did not exist before the show came out.
Really?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, that was her first appearance.
They created her
for the show, and then she became such a popular character.
So there was not a comic book about her for?
No, there was not a comic about her before that. She came from this show. So if it wasn't for this show, Harley Quinn wouldn't exist. It's true. I mean, where else would she have come from? You can fact check all you want. That's something I know for a fact.
That's how you be quiet one, Jason.
But you don't see her origin story until the very last episode. That's when you finally see her actual origin story.
Okay.
Because by that point, she became very popular.
Which just shows you the impact of the show itself, huh?
They just showed her as the Joker's girl before.
Yeah, basically she was the Joker's girlfriend, or kind of almost like a side character type thing, and then she became her own character. They would team her up with Poison Ivy and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. And they even teamed her up with Batman once.
yeah. She did that, and she was just such a likable character. Then they finally gave her the origin story that she was a psychiatrist at Arkham and fell in love with the Joker.
Yeah,
and that's been her story.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and which kind of made
perfect
her
story.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Kind of made her a tragic character herself, because she worked at Arkham, and it turns out she's kind of crazy herself.
So the last episode shows that origin, and that's the origin of Harley.
Yep,
that's what's up. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I might have to jump ahead too, because that last season is when they get all drawn differently.
Oh, okay.
It's not drawn the same way, and that's when they add the new Robin and stuff. You get Tim Drake as Robin, but you get Dick Grayson
I don't
turns to
even remember.
Nightwing.
I was
at
going to
that
say
point.
we do get Nightwing in this, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
toward
don't
the
even
end.
remember that.
Really? Because
Yeah.
the animation looks different. The animation changes and it stays like that for the entirety.
Okay.
Like even to the spin-off shows, which I want to get to now.
Okay. Let's talk about
So,
it.
all right. So I put down, we have a lot of spin-offs from this show. This show started a whole universe. Basically. It did. There's a DC animated universe because of this show. The show started it. So you got Batman Beyond, you got Justice League, Unlimited. Superman? Yeah, I forgot. Superman was first. Yeah, so you had Superman first, and then like Batman Beyond and Justice League Unlimited, Static Shock.
All from the popularity of this one show.
Exactly.
This show has got to be award winning, right? I mean, it's like
I'm pretty sure
it's
it is.
got some awards.
Yeah, definitely.
It's such a icon. So they just trying to milk off that iconicness.
Because you keep Kevin Conroy as Batman in all these spinoffs. He's Batman in the Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond. He's in that. I know there's a spinoff I'm missing, but it's so many. Yeah.
Was Teen Titans part of that universe?
That was way on down the road. That was.
It's not way down the road because it was out at the same time as Justice League Unlimited.
That Titans. I forgot about that one.
Not Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
not Teen Titans Go, but Teen Titans. I think Teen Titans Go has shown that these are all different universes. That Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans, and the Batman animated series are 3 different universes. And Teen Titans Go kind of showed it. Like, okay, this, because I used to think Teen Titans and Batman animated series was the same. But Teen Titans were drawn way differently.
Right.
But it just showed that they're basically parallel.
Okay.
So of all the shows, Teen Titans Go actually shows it.
All right.
Did you say Batman Beyond or not?
Yeah,
I say Batman Beyond.
Okay.
That's the one that's the clearest because it's like you got.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a regular. As far as Kevin Conroy, older. Batman.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's a reoccurring person because this kind of starts with that. That's actually one of my, like, if you think about one of your favorite spinoffs. I mean, I love like more direct spinoff. I feel like Batman Beyond is the most direct spinoff because it continues the story with Bruce Wayne older, so it's the futuristic.
And y'all seen Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker?
The movie?
Yeah.
No,
that's a dark movie.
Is that on HBO?
I have. It shows the gang of the Jokers right in the film, and
but it shows what happened. It shows the death of the Joker.
Yeah,
it shows how the Joker died from the animated series. It's pretty dark, and what happens to Robin, to Tim Drake Robin.
It's the Red Hood makes an appearance in that, doesn't it? Or no?
No Red Hood. Red Hood doesn't exist in that universe, but they do mess up a Robin. They mess up Tim Drake because Jason Todd is the Red Hood. They just, he gets the Gwen Stacy treatment where it's like, oh, well, since he dies, we don't want to show him.
Okay. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Anyway.
The one spinoff I was just going to talk about was a video game.
Video game.
One of my favorite video games. The Adventures of Batman and Robin.
The Adventures of Batman and Robin.
The video game for Super Nintendo.
Ooh, okay.
That's really all I was going to say. I thought it was probably it was one of the best superhero video games at the time for me. There's
Nintendo.
Others, right?
Yeah.
For Super Nintendo. Well, y'all may have played it. It came out for Sega as well.
I might have rented it. I don't think we had it though.
I probably did.
Yeah, it came out for Genesis and Sega CD.
The Adventures of
Batman and Robin.
It sounds familiar. I might have played it on bootleg like later on in life.
I probably played it. It does sound familiar.
I think you remember it. There's a couple of like puzzle adventures that you go on. You have to do some detective work, so to speak.
Yes,
in the video game.
I do remember. I'm looking on YouTube. I'm sorry, but I do remember the gameplay.
Good. Yeah.
And I played it. I've played it on bootleg. So that's the thing. got
Oh, okay.
Did you download a ROM?
Because my friend already owned the game, legally, I downloaded the ROM that he let me so I can play. Yeah, I just downloaded the ROM and played it on my Raspberry Pi or my computer. So yeah, that's a good. It is good. Yeah,
that's
it
what
looks
that's
like it's from the cartoon.
It is,
Yeah.
and you could tell that immediately with the animation in the video game.
Yeah.
So it's a direct copy and paste.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, so that's something I might want to play again.
And speaking on the spin-offs, so Justice League Unlimited was basically the final thing for all of Batman animated series, because they did an episode toward the end of Justice League about that kind of ended, that showed the end of Batman Beyond. So Justice League Unlimited itself ended, and then they had an episode, I think it's called Epilogue, and it showed Bruce Wayne as a really old man, like, because I think he's in his 60s in the show, but at this point he's like in his 80s or something, or maybe 70s. And Terry McGinnis is like a full-grown man, and you find out that he has the same DNA as Bruce Wayne. That Amanda Waller set everything up where basically they was trying to recreate Batman, and Terry McGinnis was the person.
Like, so he was
destined to be
Batman, but it's really Batman's son.
Oh goodness! Well, cartoon version.
Amanda
They had to
Waller
do it that
got
way.
pregnant.
No, she's talking about like she used his DNA on the Terry McGinnis's actual mom or whatever.
Yeah, I see that.
So they did some kind of weird thing where it's like he's basically his son.
But
that was the final.
Though.
That's not a clone. Like it's I don't know how they did it. It was weird how they explained it. Basically, Terry McGinnis is Bruce Wayne's son. That's basically what they manipulated it to be. Right. And that's revealed on the very, very last episode and that episode serves as the last episode of Justice League Unlimited, Batman animated series, and Batman Beyond. I just thought that was kind of weird.
Yes.
Like, this is it.
Yes, they wrapped
this is the final episode.
No more.
So, how would you rate this series?
10.
So our rating system.
Y'all have a new rating system?
Remind the listeners of our rating system, Josh.
You have trash at the bottom. Then you have do over, which is next, which is like you could be done over. And then you have replay after that, and then above that you have sequel, and then at the very tip top you have neck bleed. So, what would you rate this?
Are we saying neck bleed being the best?
Yeah, that's the top of the top.
Okay, neck bleed.
So Donald said neck bleed. Hands down, he said neck bleed.
You're gonna neck bleed this, and you're gonna replay it over and over again until you bleed out.
Yeah, hey, that makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Oh man, okay.
Because I hardly give out neck bleeds, but yeah, I think I'd agree with Donald. This is a neck bleed series. It's like we say nothing but good things about it. I mean, it has a couple of hiccups, but
you know, I'm just saying, like, the show.
Maybe that first season more than the last.
I just think Batman was overrated. It's just like.
I'm gonna make you neck bleed here in a second.
It's like, but honestly, I enjoy this show more as an adult than I did as a kid. The kid was neck bleed. Like, I absolutely love this show as a kid. Like, I have a lot of Batman stuff, and Batman animated series is like, man, up there. So, but as an adult, I love it even more because I appreciate what it is in its cinematography, in its musicality, in its, the fight scenes are like really nice, clean. Like, it's like, so it works.
Cheesy
it's
either.
not cheesy at all, and it's standalone.
And
like, it's like like you can just really just put on a random episode and watch it at any point, and you can get a whole story line in 20 minutes, and you enjoy your time. It's like you saw Batman, he figured out something, he did it, and it's over. Like
it's one of the very few shows. It's one of the very few cartoons that you enjoy as a kid that you can enjoy more as an adult. Like you said, definitely.
And I feel like it's not meant to binge because there's like you can watch one episode at a time. So it's like you don't need, like, nowadays we binge because we got to get the whole story out, and like,
Right,
as much as we
right.
can. But this
There's no
show,
whole story with this.
it's just
it's
pick an
just
episode, pick 2-part if you want to do a 2-parter, and there you get. So just watch one every week for the rest of your life.
Better than Spider-Man.
So don't create more.
Yeah,
though.
I would say it is
like
better
it.
than. I mean, I like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man as a hero more. He's my favorite superhero. But the Batman animated series is better than any Spider-Man animated series to come out. I definitely could say that.
Yeah.
Because there's no.
Just talking about
cheesiness.
series, not movies or nothing.
Yeah.
Like that, just
Right,
series,
right.
yeah.
Just series itself, the animated series. So I agree. Yeah, one of the best. It's one of the top.
We got
You know,
3
if I'm
neck
in my-
bleeds here.
If I'm 90 years old on my deathbed and someone asks me, what would you say was one of the best animated cartoons when you were growing up? Batman animated series.
Nah.
Last words.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
His last words.
Wow.
I can honestly say, yeah.
He bled out.
Because I always say I like Spider-Man, I like X-Men, and Batman. Those have always been my top 3 superhero shows. Batman would be number 1 out of those.
But
3.
yeah, I mean, it also, like, it also reminds me of my childhood. So that's the thing. It's like, not only I say I like it as an adult, it like the
nostalgia
sound
glasses.
of Batman playing just brings me back to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You know what I mean? Like sitting in front of the
same.
13-inch
I will make a
TV.
I will make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich during a commercial break. I gotta hurry up.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, it just brings me back to that moment. So it's like when I watch it, I'm just like peanut butter and jelly sandwich, childhood, and
I
cartoons.
remember getting the figures and then watching it with my brother
with the figures in front of you.
right in front of that big box,
Box TV.
floor model TV on that carpet
You're just sitting on the floor watching it
on East Main Street, Utica, Mississippi.
Oh my
Yep,
goodness.
in that White House on the corner.
Nice, man. So it's hard to compare that. You only have a few memories like that. So it's kind of like,
Oh yeah.
you really can't. We can't change those memories. So it's like it's
Nope.
neck bleed, man.
Yeah, you're right. Simple as that. Not every episode is a net bleeder episode.
That's a good point.
It's just that.
No.
It's just
That's
that
a
the
good
show
point.
itself is the show.
That's
itself.
a really good point. That's good to say. To be honest, like there are some episodes that I probably will fall asleep. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, there's some boring episodes. There's some episodes
You could ignore them completely.
Yeah,
So-
there's some episodes, but as a show itself, because there's a lot of good. Like I said, Joker's favorite episode was my favorite.
Yeah,
And Two-Face.
yeah.
Two-Face might be my favorite actually.
So
So both of
and
those
those
are probably
episodes
top.
outweigh any bad in the show.
Yeah, they do.
Like
They
the
really
best
do.
of the best outweighs any bad of the bad on that TV show. So that's why it can be a universal neck bleed.
Okay. All right. So tell the people where to find you guys. Starting with you, Donald.
You can find me anywhere. Just type in Vinyl Whiskey. You can find me on TikTok. You can probably find me on Destiny 2.
Okay.
Playing a lot on the PlayStation Network there.
Yes. You share a lot of funny videos on TikTok.
No,
You share them with me. You don't create
Oh,
them.
yeah.
You don't create them. You just share them with me. That's all. You're like, hey, watch this. This is funny. This guy's hilarious. So you can look me up on Instagram, smileyjason_ or smileyjason.com. I only have TikTok so that I can receive funny videos from Donald. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
And I am Prop Josh on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and PlayStation, all that stuff.
You're Prop Josh on PlayStation?
I think so.
Okay.
yes,
I'm pretty sure of it.
Okay.
Pretty sure of it. So yeah, just type Prop Josh. It's me, and I'm only on TikTok to share videos. As
Ew,
well.
whatever.
He's usually not. He's usually not playing any video games on PlayStation.
I'm watching stuff.
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
just watch stuff.
That's what you do.
And I share videos on TikTok that I happen to create.
Yeah. Josh is a TikToker.
Yeah, I am a TikToker. I'm about to get to that 30K. Hopefully, it's 30K by the time y'all listening to this.
Yeah,
so
you
we'll
keep
see.
posting videos every week. It's gonna get there.
Yeah. So, you got some final thoughts, Jason?
I was just thinking.
Sound like you
I
do.
was thinking about something other. I was like, you should do a why I'm single episode with I was gonna say Spider-Man and his girlfriends.
Okay.
No, I was thinking Batman and his girlfriends. I don't have any final thoughts.
Well, I don't either.
I'm trying to say something deep about. Donald, you got any final thoughts? Something deep?
Nothing deep. Don't go crazy like Bruce Wayne.
I know, right?
Keep calm. Don't become a vigilante.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't do. Batman's crazy too. We didn't talk about that. Batman is crazy himself as well. That's the thing. He's So, but only thing I can say to leave us with is it's fun. I recommend the show if you haven't watched it, or if you haven't watched it since you were a kid. To give it a try nowadays. It's still a really good watch today. It's a timeless show. You don't have to, just because it doesn't take place nowadays don't mean you wouldn't get it or understand it. And definitely if you got kids, let your kids watch it. Andy watches it with me. She wasn't around for the early stuff, but she likes watching it. She enjoys it with me. So yeah, do that. All right.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.